I am trying to figure out how to rotate my live. Because I don't know why. Hi, whoever's watching. I can't see who's watching. I don't know why it's oriented this way. I thought I said it correctly. And I don't know if you can change the orientation once your video or your live has started. So I'm trying to figure out if I can change that. So bear with me. And you're going to hear lots of people mowing their lawn right now. Today is 4th of July. Happy 4th of July if you celebrate. So I'm guessing I cannot change the orientation of this video. Well, I might have to end this live. Or maybe we'll just try to make do. Let's see if I could set you guys up anyways and still do this live. And we'll just have to use my other tripod. Bear with me. Okay, I'm back. Let's see if I can set you up here. Maybe this will still work. I am so sorry about my technical difficulties here. My moderator is sleeping, so no moderator today. This is not too bad. Okay. I'm not sure why I'm not seeing, well, nobody's typing in the chat. Okay. So I guess we'll stay like this, situated this way. This is not too bad. You still got a nice background here. You can see what I'm doing. And hopefully I don't shake the table too much because I have you propped on the table. So I have a short amount of time to do this repots, but I did want to share with you guys that I received my self-watering pots in the mail, and I wanted to share with you. This one is the extra small with a clear insert, and they also come with a wick, and they have a window here, and then we also have the small with the window. I'm going to try and line them up here so you can see them. This one is the medium. Also has a window. And this one is the large with the window there. Hopefully you can see that. And then we have the big mama here, is what I like to call her because she's super big. And this is what the wicks look like. They're just cotton wicks. And each of them will come with their own wick. And the big one is a little different in the sense that it has a bottom piece here. And I believe you would put the wick in here. Or maybe off the bottom, I'm not sure. It sits in the pot, the bottom of the pot. So this is what this one is looking like. This is a pretty nice size, I think. And it also has the window to see the water level there. And so I'm going to try my best to post these. I still haven't posted the other ones with the more opaque inserts, but I will try to post them. I still don't see anybody in the chat, but hello. I also provide my soilless mix. This is 2 quarts, and I sell these on PalmStreet and also on Facebook Market. And I also have the Chunky Perlite number 4 on Facebook Market and PalmStreet as well if you're interested. And so the pots and the substrates, I'm going to try to post them both. Well, I know the substrates are already posted on PalmStreet and Facebook Market, but the pots are not. And so I'm going to try to post them sometime soon. I've just been super busy. I haven't been able to post anything, so sorry about that. And now let's get into repotting these Hoyas today. And I wanted to use some of the clear pots. So I have them set up over here on the side already. We're going to start with the smaller ones. So the first one that I want to repot. It's because it's in a cup with no drainage with PON. I'm not going to remove the PON. I'm just going to add more PON to her and pot her in here. And in the future, I will be propagating her. And this is the Hoya Mini Pixie. And she has a peduncle here that she has bloomed many times. And so she's getting pretty long. And so I want to propagate her and add more to the pot since it's just one vine in there. And so I'm going to go ahead and add the wick to my pot. If I'm looking over here, it's because I am checking the chat on my computer to see if anybody is on. If you're on, welcome. So I'm going to tie a knot in the wick. Do you have any plans today for the 4th of July? Do you celebrate? Let me know in the chat. And I'm just putting the knot so that the wick doesn't fall through at any moment. And so that's what it looks like. Just like that. And now let's pull in my fluval, or my PON, sorry. We're going to do this right in here. I've already rinsed this out. So I'm going to add a small layer. Trying to pick out any old roots in this PON. So today I'm going to be going to my aunt's house. They try to do a barbecue every 4th of July. And it's a pig roast. If you're Puerto Rican or Hispanic, we do pig roast every 4th of July. Hi. Hi, Janae. Oh, you can't stay long. Thank you so much for stopping by. So yeah, we're doing a pig roast. Do you have any plans today? I'm sure you probably do. 4th of July is pretty big. Yes, I hope you enjoy your 4th of July as well. We're going to be playing dominoes. I love playing dominoes. We're very competitive playing dominoes, my family and I. But it's really fun. You're currently working. You're going to your family's house for a barbecue and swim. Yes. It's a beautiful day here in New Jersey. Perfect day for a swim as well. I don't think my aunt has a pool at her house. But if she did, it would be a pool party and barbecue as well. So now I'm just going to backfill. The roots look good. She doesn't have a whole lot of roots, but they look good. And the reason I want to change her from the non-drainage 3-ounce cup is because she was drying out too fast for me, and that could be contributing to the fact that she doesn't have a lot of roots. And plus I want to propagate her and make her a bigger plant. I am repotting the Hoya Mini Pixie. I will give you a close-up once I'm done repotting her. I accidentally, I guess, set my live orientation wrong, but I figured I'd go with the flow anyways. I hope you guys still enjoy watching it in this orientation. Okay. So her pond was dry. Here's what she looks like. She's super tiny. Here's a peduncle. I hope you can see that there. She's bloomed a lot from there a lot for me. And she's super long, so I want to propagate her, so I thought I'd give her a nice pot and then propagate from her later on when she's a little settled. And then we will propagate from her, and once she grows some roots, I will pot her back in here, the propagations. Hopefully I'm making sense. I'm like rambling. But she's super cute. Her leaves are, she reminds me of the green Hoya Hushkeliana, the green version. But I really like how close together her leaves can be. But if you give her less light, her leaves will be, the internodal spacing will be more. And so I'm trying to give her less light just so that I have more internodal spacing so I can propagate her. And I think that I have achieved that, because up here you can see how clustered the leaves are. And then down here they're more separated. So I'll have some stem where I can propagate her from. So that's one done already. Let me check and make sure there's no air gaps. Yeah, she's pretty good. So this pond is already wet. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill the reservoir. Actually, I'm going to fill from the top just to make sure that the pond settles in. I think that's good. And I'm just using RO water. If you watch my other lives or my other repot videos and stuff, you know that I use RO water. And that's the reservoir all filled up. Yep. And so now we're going to move on to the next one. I do have to remember to put a label on that now. The next one I'm repotting. Oh, yes, I did see. That's the one that you filmed, Janae? Okay, next one we're going to do is, I don't know if I should repot this one or not, but she's been a little bit of a diva. This is the LECHUZA Asami, and I think that this is a different clone than the other one that I have. This one has been giving me a whole lot of white leaves and then green leaves. So no leaves with variegation, except for like the very first one that I propagated her with right there in the bottom. Hopefully you can see that. And then a whole cluster of white leaves and a whole cluster of just green leaves. I guess she split her variegation, but I want to give her her own little pot, and so we're going to do that. She's also going into one of the extra small self-watering pots that I got. Again, if you guys are interested in these, I'm going to list them on my PalmStreet as well as my Facebook Market. My Facebook Market is actually under my name, which is Jacqueline Windowski. I do ship. I just have to figure out like pricing and shipping for these. So a little bit on the bottom. I forgot to put mica on that last one. That's okay. I will just add the mica on top. This one I will not forget. I like to use this mica here. It's more granular type than the powder that most people use. Like the Great White is like a powdery one. I'm going to show you what it looks like. And a little bit goes a long way because this is more granular. And so I just sprinkle a little bit on the pond. And I will keep a little bit on the side because I will sprinkle them on the roots as well. Yes, I reuse my pond. I don't boil my pond. I just boil hot water and run the hot water over the pond. And then I also soak my pond in hydrogen peroxide to kill any algae or bacteria. And that has been working for me. So here is her root system. She doesn't have a whole lot either, which is why I went with the extra small. But the root system is healthy. Nothing is rotting off. So that's what that looks like. And then we're just going to add some mica to these roots. I'm just using 1/8 of a teaspoon, in case you guys were wondering. I'm going to reuse this, but not right now. I'm going to clean that to reuse it. I want to give her a nice fresh pond without the algae. This pond is a little wet because I rinsed it out last night and sanitized it and everything last night. Making sure to get pond around all those roots. Thank you guys for joining me on this live. I didn't think anybody was going to show up today because it's a holiday pretty much. But since I said that I was going to do a Hoya repot, I wanted to stick to my word. I didn't want to cancel on you guys. And plus my family's going to be partying all night, so I don't need to rush over there. Tomorrow will probably be my relaxed day where I do my watering because I do need to water a lot of my plants. And so she's done. And I'm just going to water her in with some RO water until her reservoir is filled. She technically didn't need an up pot, but I don't want to keep letting her dry out for too long. Oh, I soak the pond for, sometimes I do it overnight in the hydrogen peroxide, or the minimum is an hour. I know probably it's overkill, but I want to make sure that anything like algae and stuff is resolved before I reuse it. And so, hi Rachel! Rachel from Lots of Pots is here. Rachel's not, Janae is on here. Simone. You guys should check out her channel. She does great videos. I love her personality and the scriptures at the end of her videos. Oh, you almost missed me. That's okay. I'm typically on for like an hour at least. I hope you're having a great 4th of July if you celebrate. Okay, next one. We just repotted the Asami. I think this one's clone 1 into self-watering pot. And I got the clear inserts. The pots with the clear inserts in. I'm going to try my best to post these on PalmStreet as well as my Facebook Market. And this one is the Hoya Pixie, mini Pixie. We just repotted her. So we got 2 done. I promised my family I'd be there at 3 for the barbecue. They're waiting on me to bring my macaroni salad is what they requested, and a folding table. They look so cute, right? I thought they deserved a pot. And this one, you guys, don't yell at me for this, okay? Look at these roots in the water. This is the Hoya Rebecca. And I don't know if she's been dropping leaves or getting this nubby growth because of this situation, or if it's because she has flat mites. I did let you guys know in a previous video that I need to treat all of my personal plants for flat mites with some sulfur. I'm going to pull out these strawberry picks. Oh my gosh, they're like really in there. She might be actually really root bound. So I have an empty container that I'm going to use to dump out this pon, because I don't want to mix it with the fresh pon or the already clean pon. But this one came from Mona. I don't know if Mona's on. I don't think she is. From Plant Therapy, when we did a trade or a swap. And so, oh my gosh, she's super tight in here. I hope I don't break anything off. Yes, she grew a lot. And I don't know if Hoyas I don't think they particularly like their roots. I don't know if they like to be like root bound. I know a lot of people say that Hoyas like to be snug, but these that I've had in pon, like I said, I don't know if this is a result. All of this, I don't know. All of this nubby growth that I'm having here and some leaves that have been yellowing and falling off. I don't know if that's a result of her being root bound. Let me know in the comments if you guys know if it's from her being root bound, or am I having a case of flat mites? There's no, like, I don't see any root mealies. Oh, I lost some roots. I lost some of the roots from the bottom, but all those roots she had and I only lost that, that's not bad. Well, so far, I still have some mesh that I need to remove. And this is why I don't really like using mesh, but she still has all these roots, but I feel like they're going to come off when I remove the mesh. That's why I prefer to use, yeah, this is going to come off. I prefer to use like chunky perlite at the bottom to cover the drainage holes, or you can use LECHUZA, because these roots are entwined in this mesh. They're probably all going to come off now. Yeah, there's no way I can save those roots. Oh, you guys. That's so sad. But that's okay. A little root pruning is not bad. That seems like a lot of root pruning though. Let's hope that she's going to be okay. Jacob! You know I'm live, right? I had to remind him he's video gaming. Let me get a paper towel. Piece of paper towel. Okay, I'm not going to mess with her roots anymore because she's already had quite a few of her roots ripped off. But I do see some like stringiness that happened from pulling that off. So I'm going to cut just a little stringiness that she has there. That's it. It was just one root. The rest of her looks really good. And so I'm not going to mess with any more of her roots. Let me give her a close up. She's looking pretty good. All those roots. I wouldn't call this root bound, but she was pretty snug in there. I do see roots up top, and she was coming out the bottom too. So maybe that's considered root bound. So I'm going to put her in a small, not the extra small, pot. This pond that has algae I'm dumping in here. Hi, John. Welcome to my live. We're repotting Hoyas today. Happy 4th of July if you celebrate. Don't know if you celebrate. So gonna put my wick in. They're going in self-watering pots and in PON. Most of them are already in PON, but I wanted to keep them in PON. I am going to treat all of these Hoyas in my collection with sulfur just because I'm seeing some nubby growth, and nubby growth usually indicates flat mites. Jake! So gonna do a layer. I'm reusing my PON, so if you see me picking anything out, it's just old roots that didn't get removed. Sometimes when you soak your PON in hydrogen peroxide, the roots will dissolve, and then when you strain them, they're gone, but sometimes they don't all go away. And I'm going to add some Myco. You guys know I like to add Myco to my repots, and I'm just using 1/8 of a teaspoon, and this is the Myco that I use. I tell you guys all the time, I do see the difference with the Myco and like transplant shock. So we're going to sit her in. Her roots are going to come in contact with that Myco. I am going to add a little bit more because I didn't add the whole 1/8 of a teaspoon. And now we're going to backfill. We're doing the Hoya Rebecca right now, John. Trying to pick out old roots. My PON is wet because I did rinse it out last night. Rachel, do you have any plans for today? Oh yeah, yard work. I really don't like yard work. I'm more of an indoor plant kind of person, but funny to say, I actually got into plants with outdoor plants first. I started outdoor gardening first, but that was in my old house. Oh, that's so fun. Yes, decorating. I love that part. That's like the finishing touches to make the area nice and cozy and inviting for everybody. How fun. Are you having a nice sunny day in your area? It's nice and sunny here in New Jersey. We're actually seeing nice blue skies with like fluffy clouds. It's like picture perfect. I'm going to check and make sure she doesn't have any gaps. She looks good. And that is Hoya Rebecca. She's all done. We're just going to water her from the top to fill the reservoir. And there she is. She's all done. The Hoya Rebecca. I should give her a little bit more of a close-up. I love her leaves. And here she can sun stress too, so I haven't sun stressed her, but I do want to do that in the future just to see what she looks like. I don't like to sun stress my Hoyas too much. Who is next? Okay, I have... Yeah, we're going to do her next. It's the Hoya Verticilada, I think she's called. Black margin. Or is it Parasitica black margin? I don't remember. I'll show you what she looks like. I'm just going to get her pot ready. Does anybody water their plants with a little bit of hydrogen peroxide in the water? Have you ever tried that? I did it for a plant one time in soil. It was actually a calathea because I didn't want to mess with her roots because calatheas can be pretty sensitive that way. Yeah, and I watered her with like a cap full of hydrogen peroxide because I was afraid that she was rotting. Yeah, in the soil. Yeah. I tried that one time before, but I've heard people doing it to get rid of fungus gnats, Rachel. Yeah. Oh, only if you think there's root rot, okay? Well, that's probably, John, you probably only do that if there's root rot because you don't want to get rid of the beneficial mites, right? Or beneficial bugs in the soil that break down like the soils. Okay, this is the Hoya that we're doing next. Okay, I did label her. She is the Hoya Verticilada Black Margin. Super cute. Hopefully you can see. No, it's hard to see her black margins, but see, she's doing the nubby growth too, and I don't know if it's flat mite or if it has something to do with them being root bound, because she doesn't look very root bound, but she is only in a 3-ounce cup. Yeah, I like to use the fungus gnat mosquito bits tea for the fungus gnats, but the only thing that bugs me about that is the smell. Well, there's two things. The smell of the mosquito bits if you don't use it up and you let it sit. And also the fact that you have to wait like 30 minutes before you can use the water with the mosquito bits. I'm trying to take out these garden pins, metal garden pins. So those are the two things that I don't like about them. But I've heard of the drops, and I was looking on Amazon for the concentrated drops that you can buy, so you don't have to wait the 30 minutes. And for some reason, Amazon is saying that it can't be shipped to my location, to my area. And they're also doing that with the systemic granules. Yeah, the liquid concentrate. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to have to find it somewhere else because on Amazon I can't buy it. They won't ship it to me. Babe, I accidentally set my live for, like, what is this, vertical? Instead of horizontal. But I figured I'd still do it. So her roots look good. I'm going to show you her roots. Her roots look pretty good. Nothing is mushy. Whoa, dropping PON everywhere. She has a good amount of roots. I don't know if like the nubby growth is from her being root bound, because she doesn't seem root bound. And in my experience in soil, Hoyas like to be snug. So I don't know. We're going to have to monitor these plants and give them some give them a good sulfur spray, because I'm not dealing with flat mites. And I don't, you can't see anything. I don't see anything at all. Mites are super small. And I do have one of my those like camera microscopes. I'm going to take a look under the microscope before I treat them with sulfur. But I know sulfur won't hurt them. If anything, it'll give them a nice boost so that they can grow. Okay, Rachel, I'll see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Yes, you can watch the replay. Thank you. So now I'm just backfilling. There are some chunky perlite in here because I like to use chunky perlite at the bottom for the drainage holes of my pots when I repot and PON. You can't order them, Rachel, either. Rachel can't order them either. Yeah, but I think my husband said that if I order them from a pet store or something like that, that I can get them shipped, or I can pick it up in store or something. So that's an option. It's less convenient, but I mean, if I can get it shipped, then it's not less convenient, but to pick it up. But well worth it to combat fungus gnats for sure. Okay, so here is the Verticilada. I want to make sure that she doesn't have any gaps around. She's looking good. No air pockets. Looking good. So we're going to go ahead and water her in. What she looks like. And like I said, I use RO water. I'm not putting any nutrients in this time. But in her next watering, I will fill up the reservoir with some nutrients. Just because I want to minimize the algae growth on the top of this pond. So that is plant number 4, all done, watered in, repotted. I did add mica on that one. I didn't forget. Okay, the next one we're going to do, I'm kind of dreading that one because our leaves fall off so much. But okay, we're going to do another small pot. And we're going to do the other Asami that I have. I have her in this 3D printed pot, but I have her in a cup. I think this is like a 6 ounce or a 9 ounce cup. And I just put drainage holes. I burned with my soldering drainage holes, and then I use another cup as a reservoir. And this is the Hoya Asami. And she is also giving me lots of nubby growth. A lot of her new leaves keep yellowing on me. So I really think that this has to be flat mites. But we're going to try and save her, you guys. We're going to save her from these flat mites, and we're going to spray all of these Hoyas. Not on camera, of course. I'm going to let them kind of settle in. And I will probably come back tomorrow night and do that. Maybe tomorrow, yeah, because tomorrow is my watering day. And so it would be a good day to spray some of these Hoyas that I have in my personal collection with sulfur. I had sprayed all of my plants from the plant shop with sulfur, and they bounced back pretty good. But I did take them down from the shop. I do have to repost them. I didn't want to repost until I was for sure that I treated all the flat mites. And so we're going to pump her in here. I'm such a shame because this Asami was looking so beautiful. This is another plant that I traded for with Mona. And I'm kind of upset that she's getting all this nubby growth. It just doesn't look very appealing. It's not very pretty, the nubby growth on these Hoyas. And so I'm going to try and save her. If worst comes to worst, she'll get new growth after the sulfur treatment. See, this is what the leaves are doing. This yellowing. That's a new leaf. And she's not overwatered or underwatered, so there's really no reason why she should be yellowing like that. Hopefully I'm not making too much noise. I know pond can be very noisy. I'm going to remove a little bit of the pond. just because she was in such a large cup. And so fingers crossed, once I do the sulfur treatment, these Hoyas can bounce back. She does have a lot of roots, and all her roots look pretty healthy. Trying to look and make sure they're not falling off. I think I may have been overwatering her for sure. Some of her roots look stringy. I did not expect that. So I'm going to have to cut off a little bit here. Just looks like maybe the bottom roots were sitting in too much moisture. It's just the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to prune her roots. I probably underwatered her and then watered her, and because that's what it looks like. Because the roots are not like mushy. They're more like just pulling away from, you know, the outer sheets pulling away. Luckily, it's only a little bit. So I'm just going to chop yeah, I think that was it. And hopefully in her new pot with a wick, she'll do better. I don't know why I did that. Leave it in the pot. Okay, so a little reservoir. Gonna add some Myco. I think I have to add more. Yeah, I have to add a little bit more PON. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit more Myco. Okay. And now just fill up carefully. I have no moderator today. She's sleeping. If you guys don't know, my daughter's typically my moderator, but she was up late last night, I guess. And oh, she's awake now? Okay. What time is it? 12:56. We will be on here for a little bit longer. I have 1, 2, 3 more plants to pot. I think we can do that in the next couple of minutes. and finish them up for today. I do have more Hoyas that I need to repot, but these are the ones that I picked out. The other ones are my big Hoyas, my like OG Hoyas. Those are going to take some time. They are an actual soilless mix. Some of them might be in my Fox Farm mix that I used to use before. So yeah, we have to assess them and see what pots we want to put them in and if they need repots. Okay, hopefully she likes her new situation. And she does better for me. Again, we're going to spray all these Hoyas with a sulfur spray. For like probably, I'll probably do it 2 times. Okay, John, thank you so much for stopping by. So here is the Hoya Asami. I believe this one is clone 2 or something, or A or B, I don't know. So this one's the bigger one. And we gotta water her in. I hope you have a good day. I appreciate the support and the stop by, you guys. Okay. Hoya Asami all done. If I didn't say before, I like to do the Myco when I do my repots because I think it helps a lot with transplant shock. So next we're going to do this Hoya Croniana, I believe. Yeah, the Silver Splash. I have her in the same setup as the other one. And so we're going to repot her. And she definitely has some root rot. Yep. I've been overwatering or underwatering these plants. This is why I wanted to put these plants in self-watering pot, because the pot in a pot method was not working for me. I could tell these plants were struggling. And yeah. This one definitely has some root rot. But she also has some good roots, so let's hope that she can bounce back. I'm probably going to have to get some hydrogen peroxide for this one and soak her for a couple minutes. Yeah. And because she has some root rot, I'm not going to pot her into that small pot. I'm probably going to use a smaller pot. Jake! So I'm going to show you the stems up close. All of her roots pretty much got rotted out. I'm hoping that these self-watering pots will prevent me from doing this to these Hoyas. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but look at all the dead roots in there. They just fell off. Like, this is roots. They're all rotted away, unfortunately. And I grew those roots in fluval, and I'm not quite sure why. Hold on, you guys. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back, you guys. I had to run and get some hydrogen peroxide and also tell my son to be quiet because I'm on a live and he's being so loud. So I'm just going to use one of these cups. Yep, this one. That has no holes in it. I'm going to put some water in here to rinse it out a little. And we're going to put some hydrogen peroxide in here and some water. First, I wanted to rinse it out. And we're going to take care of the other two Hoyas while this one soaks in hydrogen peroxide. So I'm just going to put some RO water in here. And then I'm going to add some hydrogen peroxide. This is 3%. It's food grade. And we're going to soak the roots in here. Okay, let me move this bin out of the way. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. But this is what we have left on here. Nothing else is falling off. So we're just going to soak that in there. This one has some stringiness, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. This is what we have left on that one. They're like orangey roots. Okay. That one. I'm cutting off the stringy roots that I see. Okay. Last one. Okay, so they're all in the hydrogen peroxide. I'm going to set it aside. We're going to work on the next one. So let me get my spray to sanitize here. Need a new paper towel. Hey, I'm still alive.
Hey, am I dancing naked in front of your camera now? I'm just making a little bit of noise.
How would you say that?
Shh.
I just wanted to be quiet. That's all. Okay, Now, I think this one probably has the same problem. It's my other Croniana Super Silver. She looks like her roots are healthy, but she also has nubby growth and has been dropping leaves. So I'm going to dump her out and check her roots as well. And then pot her up. Hopefully we can pot her up. So her roots are looking a little healthier. Let's see. Oh no, she's rotted as well, you guys. I'm just going to remove all this substrate and then assess her roots. I think I've been overwatering these plants. Maybe that's why they're not doing so well. Still trying to get the hang of PON. I think that self-watering pots will help me stop overwatering my plants. We are definitely getting our hands dirty right now. So she does seem to have more healthier roots than the last one. But I'm going to still remove all of the PON so I can assess all of her roots and cut off anything that is rotty or mushy or fallen off. Okay, we're almost done. I do want to separate these into individual pieces so I can check each one. I'm being pretty rough. These roots are all tangled up in each other. Trying not to break the healthy roots. Okay. It's like the roots in the center are stringy. I'm not sure why. She does have a good amount of healthy roots, so that's good. This piece. I don't know if I should restart these roots or what. Okay, that's one piece. Sorry, I'm trying to focus on checking these roots out, you guys. I thought this was going to be an easy repot. But looks like I was wrong. One piece. Yeah, this is all one piece. Hi, Miss Lady June. Is this your first time on my channel? On my live? No? I was going to say welcome. Well, you're welcome either way, but I am repotting Hoyas today. Did you just come on? I ordered the planters off of Alibaba. Lynn Anderson. I ordered the planters off of Alibaba. I did a bulk order. I figured I'd get them and provide them for you guys on my PalmStreet and my Facebook. Okay, my hands are disgusting. Okay, so I think I'm going to soak these in hydrogen peroxide as a preventative as well, because of all of the rotted roots that were in there. I'm just going to rinse out one of these cups. I'm going to have to get more RO water. Bear with me, I'll be right back. Just filling up my watering can with RO water. Okay, coming back. So I'm going to put some water in here. and some hydrogen peroxide. And we're going to soak these in here. Actually, I think I should cut off all of these stringy roots first. Just so much looks stringy. It's like all of the fine roots died back and the main tap roots stayed. So it's kind of hard to tell what to cut away here. What would you guys do in this situation? Would you just cut off all the roots and restart, reroot it? It's very hard to see all the fine roots. No. Just gonna cut off what I think I can. And then put them in hydrogen peroxide for a few minutes. Knew something was up with these plants because of the way that they were growing, but from the outside, the roots actually looked like they were okay. I mean, obviously it has a good amount of roots, of good roots, good healthy roots, but the plant was going through some serious root rot. And I gotta be honest, I don't know if this was from overwatering or underwatering these plants in pond. I'm hoping that these self-watering pots are going to help me care for these in pond better. That is my goal. So I'm just pulling out whatever falls off. And then what I can see that is stringy, I'm going to cut back. As I'm seeing a lot of stringy roots here. If you guys have had this experience with Hoyas, let me know in the comments. So I want you to see the stringy roots. Do you see the fine roots there? I'm going to cut all those off. And hopefully we'll be left with the good healthy roots. And this plant can grow back some new healthy roots. Morning, sunshine. Afternoon, actually.
I've been up for a bit.
Yeah, Daddy told me you were up.
Are you almost in your life so that I can shower? So, 30 minutes.
Why are you talking about that right now? I'm still on the live. I am not almost done. I ran into some root rot. And that's why these plants were struggling. Okay. So that one is also going to sit in some hydrogen peroxide water, and we will revisit her later. I hope that that's not the same issue with this one. Everybody has to come in the kitchen and make all this noise when I'm live. Sorry, you guys. I guess I should not have filmed in here. This is the Hoya lacunosa or Croniana black. And her roots don't look the best either. Let's see. Yep. She's got root rot, you guys. Wow. 3. And all 3 of them were Cronianas have root rot. Or 1. Wait. Yeah. All 3 are Cronianas have root rot. Hi, are you guys still on? I can't tell who's on. Oh, there's 6 people. Kind of weird. I feel like I'm talking to myself in the comments. Yep, she has some root rot as well. So she will also have to sit in hydrogen peroxide. So sad. Now I know why she was dropping leaves. So sad, you guys. This is why I want to try the self-watering pots, because I seem to overwater in PON, or I'm underwatering. I don't know, because sometimes when I water It's completely dry. And so maybe I'm not watering enough, and this is a result of dry rot. Is what I'm feeling here. But how resilient are these Hoyas that they still did put out some new growth, new roots, and they still pushed on even though they were struggling. Okay, so I'm just going to cut off stringy roots. I think the rest of these roots look pretty good. Oh, that one's stringy. Okay, I'm going to sit this one in some hydrogen peroxide with the other ones. You can hear the sizzling when I put them in. Okay. That one's done. We're going to put her in some hydrogen peroxide. I still see some roots. It seems to be all of the secondary roots. Okay, I think I got them all. Hopefully. She's going in hydrogen peroxide. And a little soak. So I was thinking, if this doesn't work, they're all going to go into my chunky mix, because the ones that I have growing in my chunky mix, my chunky soilless mix, are not having dry rot problems for me. But they're in regular clear nursery pots. And I kind of want to try them in self-watering pots with my chunky mix as well. But since these are like PON roots or water roots, it'll be a shocker for these plants. But if they don't bounce back, then I'm going to have to put them in my chunky mix. Or maybe reroot them altogether. Okay. I think that the first one that we did has sat and soaked long enough. I'm going to grab a small pot for her. Actually, one of the extra small pots. And these are the ones that don't have the clear inserts, but that's okay. We're going to pot all three of them into these pots. I do not want to up pot them too big because of the fact that I had to cut off so many roots and they have to regrow some roots. We're going to go ahead and get these pots ready. I don't know. Oh, there's 10 people here. This PON is making my hands so dry right now. My hands feel like I've had them in chalk. So that is the first one. Oh, I got an extra one. So I'm going to do 3 pots here. Self-watering. I did not expect to run into this problem, but my video is going to be a little bit longer than I expected. Hopefully we can hurry up and pot these plants. Oops, I forgot to tie my knot. Because I got people waiting for me at the barbecue. So you might hear my air conditioning turning on. It's hot, so. Okay. Let's work on the first one that's been sitting in hydrogen peroxide. We're going to give her some fresh pon. And fingers crossed that she bounces back. Yeah, I'm going to actually give her some Myco as well. Hopefully that helps. Helps her root up. Just an eighth of a teaspoon. Trying to get that in contact with the roots. Don't know if you can see everything that I'm doing, but let's go ahead and backfill. Oh no. I'm going to probably have to use my strawberry pins for these to keep them in from falling out. Since they don't have that many roots to anchor. This one keeps wanting to fall out. Use one of these strawberry pins. Keep her in. While she roots. Okay. Some more pon in this side. Sorry, I'm quiet, trying to focus on getting this pon around these roots. without burying the leaves. Okay, I'm going to use another peck in here to anchor this plant in the pond. Okay, that is one done. Let's go ahead and water her in with, actually, yeah, we gotta water her in. I think I'll water her in tomorrow. I'm gonna let her be. Next, we're gonna do the super silver. Oh, she's tangled up with the Chromiana black. Okay, super silver. Let's take her out. Okay, I'm gonna put some mica right at the bottom where the roots are gonna touch. This one actually had quite a bit of roots. I did cut off all the bad roots. I'm thinking because she has so many roots, I might actually do the small for her instead of the extra small. So let's put this one aside for the other one. And let's grab a small for her because I think with the amount of roots that she has, she needs a bigger one. Oops. Okay. So we're going to use the small one instead of the extra small. I think she will do good in this size. Again, let's add some mica. Put these roots back in. That one plant? Yep, that's one. Oh, I do have a baby one of her in fluval. So let's go ahead and take her out of this fluval. I was propagating her in fluval. Alright, let's give her roots a rinse. Alright. This piece looks like it's okay, so we're going to pot it in with the mama plant. I'm going to add a little bit more mica. And now let's backfill. Okay. Trying to make sure not to bury any of the leaves. Are you guys doing any plant chores this weekend or this Friday? I'm going to be watering my plants tomorrow. I might possibly start tonight, depending on what time I get home. Do you guys have Hoyas in your collection? Are they your favorite genus? I think Hoyas are my favorite genus. Mainly because I love the variety of leaves that they have, as well as... Hi! Yeah, you made it to a live. I've actually been on for like 2 hours now. Over here rambling, trying to find things to talk about. I ran into 3 Hoyas that had root rot. And so we soaked them here in hydrogen peroxide, and now I'm potting them up in PON and self-watering pots. And fingers crossed that they do well. I gave them some Myco. So this is one that had root rot. It's the Hoya Croniana Super Silver. And I knew something was up with this plant, but from the clear pots that I had them in, it looked like the roots were okay, but they were actually sitting in too much water. I don't know if I dry rotted them and then they got root rot, but this one is the Croniana Splash. And so she got her self-watering pot, and she got a self-watering pot. Everybody's getting a self-watering pot today because, I don't know, with these smaller leaf Hoyas, I feel like I can't tell when they need watering, or I'm just not accustomed to PON yet or something. I don't know what the deal is, but yeah, they've been suffering, and I thought that it was flat mites or something like that. Although I'm still going to treat all of my Hoyas for flat mites. Yeah, I thought these were suffering from flat mites, and turns out they had root rot when I unpotted them. Which is so strange because the leaves were firm, they weren't wrinkly, but like the new growth kept on dropping. And I thought it was like flat mites. Yep. We are going to have to reroot these guys, and hopefully they will do okay in these self-watering pots. I do need a strawberry pin. Let's see if I can find one. Here we go. Need to anchor this one down so the roots stay in the substrate, because she is long and heavy, top heavy. Oh, we lost a leaf. Okay, I think I've messed with her enough. I think all the roots are covered. She should be good. So I'm going to go ahead and water her in. Even though I probably shouldn't because the pond is already wet, but I'm going to give her a reservoir and make sure that the pond is settled in. She's done. Now we're going to work on the Croniana Black. Yeah, I hope they do better in self-watering pots, especially this summer, yeah. You got them in LECHUZA. I haven't grown any of my Hoyas in LECHUZA. What kind of Hoyas do you have in LECA? I only have one plant in LECA, and it's in a naked root pot, and she went crazy with roots, and now I'm dreading taking her out because I can't even take her out of the bottom pot because her roots are like everywhere. She's like so packed in there. All right, I already have this pot ready for the Coroniana Black. She was just sitting here soaking in hydrogen peroxide. So this pot already has LECA. I already put my Myco in there. And so we're just going to move her from this to this. And hopefully I can get all of her in there. If not, we might have to upsize her as well. But I think it should be okay. I don't know. I'm feeling the stems to make sure that the stems are still nice and firm, that we don't have any issues with the stems being mushy. Yeah, my Coroniana Black had been dropping so many leaves, and I'm like, why? Like, why does she keep dropping all these leaves? And the roots looked fine to me until I unpotted them and they started to all fall off. Yeah, I think she needs a bigger pot. Because there's no way I'm going to be able to put her in this small pot. No way. We need a big pot. And we're going to use the one with the clear. Oh, you have a Carnosa Coroniana Super Silver in LECA. Wow. How do you get them to stay in the LECA? Because I can see like doing a big leaf Hoya in LECA and stuff like that, but like a Coroniana Super Silver. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. Oh, you rooted them directly in there. That's pretty cool. I will have to try LECA for my Hoyas. Again, I only have a Monstera Deliciosa in LECA. I have rooted Hoyas in PON. I was just sprinkling some Myco. Oh, you've never been to my lives. So this is the Myco that I use. Myco Extreme. It's more of a granular kind. I want to show you what it looks like. It kind of looks like systemic granules. If you've ever used systemic granules, kind of looks like that. I use 1/8 of a teaspoon. And you want it to be in contact with the roots. Also, I got all of these self-watering pots. So I have from the extra small to the small, medium, large, and then the extra large, which is this big one, which is different because it has like this bottom part. I know you use a wick still. It's pretty cool, pretty big. I'm excited to try that on my larger plants. And I also will be selling them on PalmStreet and Facebook Market. And if anybody's looking for me on Facebook Market, you have to find me by my name, which is Jacqueline Wendowski. Okay, let's get these situated in here. She's grown considerably big considering how much she was struggling with root rot. And honestly, I don't know if it was overwatering or underwatering. I think if it's overwatering, like you would have a mushy stem. Maybe not always. I don't know. I'm going to add some more myco because I want to... Some of the roots aren't touching the pond. Okay. Anyways, I'm not sure if I was overwatering or underwatering. I think if you overwater, like majority of the roots are going to be gone, right? Like they're all going to fall off. I think what I did was I underwatered at one point and then, so essentially dry rot. Which is weird because I'm kind of an overwaterer. So I don't really know when this dry rotting happened. I don't know if maybe I am new to pond. Maybe the pond wasn't as dry as I thought it was when I watered. And I haven't like had them in a self-watering pot. They were in a cup with drainage holes and I would just sit it in another cup, and I thought that I could just fill the bottom cup up with some water and it would just wake it up. Maybe I am too on top of my Hoyas and LECHUZA. I have to adjust to maybe not watering them as much as I do. And not in LECHUZA, in pond. My plants in pond, I have to adjust to not watering them as much as I do. Because obviously I'm overwatering them somehow. So that is the reason I'm doing self-watering pots, to fix that problem of mine of overwatering or underwatering. I don't know. Well, that was the last one. I'm going to water her in. I think all of her roots are covered. Except for that one, of course. I'm going to push her down with the strawberry pin. Oh. Hopefully they don't go crazy on me and die. I would be really sad. I have to say, the stems and the leaves that they have on them look pretty healthy. They don't look like they're even in stress. They're pretty plump, so I think I caught it in time. And hopefully it goes up from here. So I'm going to give you a little recap. We did the Croniana Black. We did the Croniana Super Silver. We did the Croniana Splash. Let me get the other ones. When you weren't here, we did the Hoya Asami. We did this little Hoya Asami that's split into two different vines, one without variegation and one green one, or one all white, one green. We did the Hoya mini Pixie that I want to propagate because she's getting so long and she's only one vine. We did the Hoya Rebecca that I want to sun stress one day. And then we did the, what is this one called? Hoya Verticilada Black Margin. And like I said before, all of these plants are still going to get sprayed with a sulfur treatment to make sure that there's no flat mites around. Asami, yay. Yes, Asami. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm going to clean up this mess that I have here and get ready to go to the barbecue, my family barbecue. They're doing a pork roast. I hope you have a wonderful 4th of July if you celebrate the 4th of July. And again, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye!